Young Clark had always defied all odds to be vocal about his feelings and observations. His active role in the activities of the West African Students' Union at Holborn College further strengthened his confidence to speak truth to power through his lifetime. Pa Clark's political career spanned several decades. His foray into active and partisan politics dates back to 1953, when he was elected a councillor for Bumadi as a member of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, NCNC. Between 1968 and 1971, Chief Clark served as Commissioner for Education and later Finance in the defunct Midwestern region. He also served as Commissioner for Establishment in Bendel State between 1972 and 1975. As a Commissioner for Education, he was active in the establishment of a Midwestern College of Technology that later became the foundation of the University of Benin. He joined the National Party of Nigeria, NPN, and was the treasurer of the party in Bendel State, from where he went to the Nigerian Senate before the Second Republic was truncated by the then General Muhammadu Buhari. Since then, Chief Clark has remained a voice of reason, relentlessly speaking truth to power on national issues and whatever affects the Niger Delta region, as well as his Ijaw ethnic nation. A typical example was when Chief Clark, who was not from Warri, was prompt in calling for the quick resolution of the Warri crisis from 1997 to 1999, during which time his house in Warri was razed. In 2016, he founded the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, that unified the region's demand for peaceful dialogue, resource control, environmental preservation, and increased political representation as a primary pathway to lasting peace and development. He established the Edwin Clark Foundation and founded the Edwin Clark University, Jaboto. Just as his book title, Brutally Frank, which was later launched during his 96th birth anniversary in May 2023, the nonagenarian was until his last days frank and unyielding in his demand for responsible governance and egalitarian society. The news of his passing on the 17th of February 2025, just a few months to his 98th birthday, came as a shock to the people of the Ijaw Nation, the Niger Delta, and the entire Nigeria, who are continuing to mourn and condole with the family he left behind. His remains will lay to rest on the 13th of May 2025.
Tuesday's edition of the program Morning Live. And like we did say today, Mother Earth opens up its bosom for Reverend political luminary, Dr. E.K. Clark, who started his political career many years ago. Of course, I wasn't born there, because when he was the Federal Minister of Information, that office was sent to Niger Delta, and he was nominated for that position. Eventually, dovetailed into the administration of President Shehu Shagari. We saw the picture. Shehu Shagari saw that of Alex Ibrahim and Anyaoku, Emeka Anyaoku. And you can imagine how celebrated Dr. Ike Clark has been from there to now. What will you be remembered for? I think that is one major issue that you and I actually want to ask ourselves. Well, we'll leave that for history and posterity to be the judge. All right, we are on the spot where we'll be looking at contemporary issues now as it affects us today, the very just now. And joining me on my next conversation is a man of many parts, a politician, an activist, a businessman, and of course, a philanthropist, Your Excellency. Honorable Victor Chika, CEO, Pathways Foundation.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Vic, I'd like to welcome you to our studio.
Thank you.
And I told you that, yes, you are one of my regulars who has actually made any of my programs stick by your presence.
Thank you.
And I felt it was right now that at this point you should also be with me. Let's look at issues as they are topical. First of all, I would like us to start with the elder statesman being committed to Mother Earth today. You are a very major player as far as the political space is concerned. So let's start with that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manatana. You see, our people said you will be remembered for what you actually contribute. And our daddy, as we likely call him, have done excellently well for the people of Niger Delta in terms of speaking up against marginalization and injustice meted on us. Being a state that produces one of the major oils in the country, it's important that we have people like that can speak up for the region, that will enable the government of the day to recognize the fact that yes, in this region we have people who have the capacity to speak. And going back to history, you know, I'm a little boy, but I can say that Edwin Clark have lived a fulfilled life. You know, like yesterday when he was brought back to Delta State, a lot of dignitaries were there, and he was choked. That is one of the, I think he remains one of the prominent areas that are taking place in Delta State for now. And he sent a signal to us, especially we that are still living, that it's good for you to fight for your people. It's good for you to contribute to humanity. It's just not something you pass through life without leaving any footprint. You go through life, you pass through the journey of life, no matter how many years you live, let them be an impact. Things that people will look up to. During his time, he was able to do this, during his time, he was able to do that. That is the major reason why they are celebrating him today. If it happens that during his lifetime, he was sitting idle, thinking that, oh, I will not do anything. I don't have any benefit talking about Niger Delta marginalization. He couldn't have been remembered today. Today, everybody is celebrating all over the paper, like a reply. Even right from the day he passed away to today, people are still celebrating him. So he's worthy of emulation. So as a human, giving back to the society and speaking out when necessary is very important to us, because we are the South. We believe that yes, if you can just give me the little one that you tell me, I will go. But it takes people with good heart, with a big heart, to speak up for the general public, you know. And he fought a good fight, though, and his legacy lives forever. Okay. We missed him, and we pray that Delta State God will give us somebody like that. Delta State.
Okay, I pray that God will give us somebody like Edwin Clark.
Yes.
It could be you.
Yes. Yes.
Because going by your antecedents, moving forward, ready especially on the catalog of your enterprise, from your foundation to your philanthropy, to your feeding the society, and your business acumen, and all of that. Great men start from little foundation. All right, at the crux of our discourse this morning, and I'm sure we could also dovetail into other areas, a tsunami, of course, carpeting defect us. It's one now that is the order of the day. You are a major stakeholder in the PDP, by virtue of the position as an organizer, a mobilizer. Your thought process now moving forward, looking at that point.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mametano. In 2023, I founded a group called the Uchica Support Group for PDP, and we mobilize heavily for the current administration. And today, what we are seeing is not actually what we expected. But we have, when you have a leader that gives you a reason why you take some decisions, you also have to queue behind your leader. And the day that the issue came on board, I instructed one of our leaders through my conversation with him. I said, I feel that you people are lazy leaders. So you are asking also because I know the kind of threat and the kind of argument and fight we have with the opposition during the 2023 election. So moving back to their house now, you are telling us that we should go and feed with our enemy. But, politics, there is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy. Looking at the defection, the most important thing is to attract development to Delta State. That is the essential thing. That's what we're actually looking at, to bring the more presence of the federal government. Because for the past 8 years of Governor Koba administration, we have been in opposition. And it limits us for some of the essential projects, some of the tangible projects, legacy projects that the federal government are supposed to bring to Delta State. Because we are opposition, they look at it, no, they did not vote for me. There is no need of citing this project in Delta State. Because that has been the issue on ground with politicians. When they feel that you are in opposition, you did not support them 100%. Whenever they are distributing projects, you see that they will give you a limited project that your people will look at and say, is it federal government that brought this project? So we cannot continue in that opposition. And looking at the political space in the nation, how the northern part of the nations are galvanizing to form a coalition against the south. It's important that we move to the APC to support Asiwaju Tinubu, because the Renew Hope agenda is they are affecting us positively. But not quite long, the First Lady came into Delta State, where she empowered so many women through her Renew Hope agenda. And today, you can see some of the federal roads in Delta State, we are gaining federal presence. So it's important that we queue behind our own. Yes, we lost it the first time by way of maybe our former governor trying to advise the northern why the northern are still living off it. But politics, there is always an issue that will come up. But today we thank God that collectively we have taken that decision that yes, we should move to the APC. And the day of the defection, we actually mobilized, we mobilized to Senator to show our solidarity to our government. And we also went to use this medium to call on His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowori, to always move to Abuja to attract projects. I believe that now that he's a son to the president, that is what we call him now, he's a son to the president, he should use that opportunity to attract federal legacy projects that will bring development to Delta State, that will attract investors. We need more investors. We need investment in Delta State where people can actually gain employment and where the youth can be employed and thus increase the economic input of our state. So I don't see it as a wrong step. Though initially we frown at it, but as time progresses, as discussion meetings or committees keep going on, we began to see the reason why the decision is been taken. And like what we discussed in our leadership meeting, that decision has been on since May last year. So they'll be having series of meetings, stakeholders will be having series of meetings, trying to find the way forward for our dear state. In order not for us to lose the grip of Delta State and also to lose the presence of federal government, I think moving to APC is the rightful decision that the political support actually taking.
Okay, moving forward, as you said, going over to APC,
Yes.
it's more or less the rightful position. But the big question lies there is, you've not gone to meet an empty house in the APC.
Yes.
You've had people who actually started the formating process.
Yes.
What happens to these people
Yes,
at the end of the day?
Thank you very much.
Is there a cohesion?
Yes.
Is there a body telepathy
Yes.
that will cross the
Crossbreed.
lines,
Yes.
crossbreed?
Yes.
Yeah, moving forward.
Yes, there is, and that's it's really on. The discussion is ongoing, but I want to draw your attention to a bit history of how APC was formed in Delta State. Because during that time, I was serving as a media aide to Dr. Henry Olonochukwofa, then Commissioner of the SOPADEC. We were in the SOPADEC with the former Deputy Governor Chrisley. And when APC came into Delta State, it was Otago Onoro that brought APC. And he founded the party. Then I was among the journalists that promote the party. But I realized that I am working for PDP. Why will I be promoting opposition? So we actually stepped aside and the party go on. But along the lines, Senator Omar Dede came on board and hijacked the structure of the party. The financial secretary at the state level happens to be my boss. Yes, he's a boss and I respect so much. So I got a lot of information what is happening in the APC from a reliable source, not people who are outside the circle, people who are inside the decision-making body. I get information from them. And when he hijacked the party to run for Senate, and through them, he run for government. Today, we have leaders who are also coming into the party. You are there before, somebody was there before you came. And now you are there, so another person come on board. So what we have to do, what I'm actually suggesting that they have to do, is to do what? To harmonize each other. Because I think by August, the APC are supposed to have a congress where the new leadership of the party will be inaugurated and take over. As you speak, every state governor is a leader of the political party. Leader of opposition, so long you are in that party, you are the leader of the party by the virtue of your office. In terms of funding, the resources that we use to manage the fund the party is also lie on the state government. So there is no issue there. All what we are waiting is for directive that during Congress, the leaders will sit down and decide who will take the leadership of the party. It's not a problem. Like what people are saying on social media that Omar Dede is doing this and Sheriff is doing this, Okowa is doing this. And I respect Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa so much because it's my elder brother and our father. You see, in terms of leadership, he has that charisma or respected everybody. Even to a little child in a car notice feels the impact of Okowa. That is to say, now that he's in APC, he will not neglect people in APC before he came on board.
Mm-hmm.
He must definitely carry them along. He must definitely bring everybody together to ensure that the leadership of the party is in the right track. Because fashion is not good for a political party, especially here in Delta State, where we have decided that no more opposition, that we should queue behind one political party. So, fashion in one political party will not help us. We are working tirelessly to ensure that those who are there and we that came on board are we have one ideology. That is to do what? To bring development to better state. Not to fight that I want to be the leader of party. What will you contribute to the development of better state? That is essential for us. Because after election come governors. You may not be elected as a state governor or as a member, as a House of Assembly member or appointed as commissioner. But your contribution as a party stakeholder, maybe through discussion, through proposal, and all of that is very important. So our focus should be how can we unite Delta State and develop our state, not who owe party structure. Because Governor Sheriff is returning back to Sanidi. So there is no vacancy in that place. So what are we fighting for? So the leadership of the party will be decided soon. But what I'm advising is that let's focus on how to unite ourselves and bring development to Delta State through the Renew Hope agenda. So that is what I have to say on that topic.
Okay, so it's not all about going to struggle for power.
No.
This time around, but
Yes.
rather going for leadership.
Yes.
Okay, at this point in time, yeah, power is transient, my brother, and power belongs to God. And they say it is only the strongest that taketh it. That is why it is called papazo.
Yeah.
By power. Did we just see those APC now who are now saying, for you to come to our party, you need to resign and let's see the letter of resignation. Can you speak to that?
Yes. In terms of political party in defection from one political party to another, your letter of resignation from your previous party is very important. It's like when you belong to a society, you said, okay, I'm no longer in this society. So you write to them that I'm resigning as a member of this society. Now, when the issue of there must be a letter, and I was telling someone, I said, look, those letters should be people who are holding office, not just layman on the street, your supporters. Supporters may not have that time of going to, some of them don't even know how to write letters. They don't even know how to construct letter that I'm resigning from PDP and moving to APC. The letter should be basically for those who are holding current office. Maybe member of State House of Assembly, member of the House of Representatives. The governor can do that. The commissioners can do that. Not the supporters who you give polo to come and wear cap and chant a Renew Hope. You tell them to go and bring letter of resignation before you issue them the party membership. They are like a wave. Anywhere the wave moves them to, that is where they are going to. So it's essential they present letter of resignation, especially for those who are holding political office. I recommend that. Yes, it will enable the current party know that you have indicated interest to remain with us. Not that you just come and said I want to be in APC without your resignation letter. You can be forming coalition with the PDP, thinking that if here did not work, I will go back there. Because that is the politics we are playing in Nigeria. Somebody can be in the APC.
Do you know you can now attend a court section in Delta State without ever stepping into a courtroom? Now, Delta State is stepping forward with tech-driven justice. With the Sheriff in town championing the MORE agenda, the Ministry of Justice and the Judiciary are bringing trials to the people, faster, smarter, and more inclusive.
The Delta State government has put together a remote platform for us to be able to help the correctional centers to access the courts even while they are not physically present in the court.
What approval from His Excellency. So the funds were released, the equipment has been purchased. We've done a lot of innovation at Ogwashku.
And I appreciate His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, who has made it possible for the Judicial Court to come to Ogwashku Custodial Center.
Justice in Delta is now a click away.
All right, we're sorry, welcome back, and we had to redirect our surge of supply, and like I said, I'm being joined by Honorable Victor Ucheka, CEO Pathways group of companies. And so we're looking at the cost of carpeting infection, and it's spoken quite a lot to the components of the discussion. Yes, so welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Victor. Yeah, so before we go into other areas of interest where you actually have your talk, from 2027, we hear Honorable Wike say power should still belong, or rather should still remain in the South.
Yes.
There are very serious agitations from the North, that we want to retain power back. We see that.
Thank you, Mr. Mamatano. Nigeria is a country where you have people with gentleman agreement, but along the line, some tyrants and some people who feel that they own the nation will try to float the agreement that have been entered. Atiku Buhari came on board and did 8 years, and Atiku went to go back, which is not possible. Now we have a president from the South. They have to complete his 8 years. Yes, power will remain in South in 2031. Thereafter, it can go back to the North, because we have seen in this nation that some persons believe that they are the owner of the nation. We are the South, are the feeder of the North in terms of resources. Though there are some resources that are coming from the North that is essential for us and the South to do what? To live on. But the most important contributor of the economic of this nation is the people from the South, especially from the South Side and the Southwest, even the Southeast. So if the North are agitating for power to go back to the North in 2027, I think they are making a big mistake. And this can cause chaos in 2031 if they continue. Why I use that word chaos? Because if you contest against me in 2027, I can equally contest against you in 2031. It's a political phenomenon, which we are seeing even in Delta State during the Oduan regime. David Edewe contested against the Delta. Yes. Today, what do we see? Another person is in the office. So if El-Rufai feel that he's the owner of the nation, it's not possible. There is no way power can go back to the North while Tinubu will enjoy one term. I am not part of that, and we are not supporting any presidential candidate from the North. What we believe on is let us focus on renewal agenda so that we can be able to bring development to the South. But in 2031, when power will go back to the North will develop more in the North. That is my contribution. Let power remain in the South, because Buhari have enjoyed 8 years. All the villa were fed up with the North people, the Northerners. The Northerners want the power. for the 8 years. Now that the power has come back to the South, let the South enjoy their 8 years so that we can be able to have a development that we need in this South. So power is not going back to the North, and we are not ready to support any candidate from the North. We made the mistake in 2023 and we lost so much. We know how much and what we lost because of Atiku's candidacy with our brothers in the Toifani. But today we are not ready to suffer that kind of a thing again. Let's keep behind Asiwaju to complete his 8 years. Then the power can now go back to the North. That is my stake on this.
Okay, so quickly, before I let you go now, the foundation, your foundation.
Yes.
You do so well. I must confess, because the largesse you give it out. I think it's all part of your build-up for 2027. Because somewhere that we should be.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Mama. You know, it gives me joy to give to society. And not that I have much, but the little we have, we feel that it's important that you give back to the society so that the people can now feel the same impact of the little one you have. Because it takes someone who have little to give that will give when they have a bigger one. What I'm doing, not actually because of politics, it gives me joy, something that I feel good doing. But in terms of politics, when the time comes, we will tell our people what we have in mind. But for now, I am doing those charities because I feel good doing them. I feel happy whenever I give to people, you know. I derive joy in seeing people, thank you, you did so thing for me, so day. You know, sometimes when I come out on public, you know, and whenever I'm maybe in public, people will say, I know you, I know. I say, where? I say, okay, my mommy brought so rice, so period of time. I say, you, this t-shirt is, you know, I feel very happy seeing those things. So in terms of politics, for now, I'm focusing more on my business. Like I always say, running for company at the same time is not easy for me. But we are thanking God for the strength and the people that He has put together for us to work. You know, especially in this our real estate business, there are a lot of challenges and all of that because of the numerous numbers of people who have actually choked up in Asaba. We have multiple real estate companies, a competitive business, and it's essential that if you want to excel in it, you must be focused. So that is what we're actually doing currently. So when time for politics comes on board, we will equally tell our people where we intend to go. Yes, we tell them where we intend to go.
Okay. I'd like to thank you so much, Honorable Victor Jeka, CEO Pathways Group of Companies. We've spoken to our various companies who are discussing this morning of politics down to the foundation and what have you, aspirations and all of that. I'd like to thank you so much. Yeah, so before I let you go, what's your message? The young youths like you.
Yes, my message to our young people is for you to take your destiny in your hand. You know, whatever you are doing, be serious about it. I was listening to a clip of Renoir, CEO of Renoir, Mr. Gabriel. He said when he started Renoir company, he does not have salary. The secretary is the receptionist, everything that companies used to have. In the morning, he will wake up 8 o'clock. He will go and sit in the office doing nothing. From there, ideas will come. So I want to call on our youth. It's not time to smoke, not time to drink, and not time to humanize and all of that. Let's focus on how we can build our future. Because we are calling on these elderly people who are in power today that they don't want to leave power for others. Are you prepared? Because before they can leave the house for you, you must be somebody who can take care of the house. They cannot just leave a house that for you that cannot take care of the house. So our youth, let's take our destiny in our hands. The Bible says, whatever your hand finds to do, you should do it with diligence. Be serious of what you are doing. Do it and believe in God. It's only God that gives power to make wealth. So I want to encourage us to be determined to succeed. Life is all about determination. Focus and be disciplined. have a thing that if you are not going to school, learn a skill. As we speak, I'm combining my education. I'm still doing my MSc. Even with the tight schedule of my businesses, I'm still doing my MSc. So it's not failure is not, you don't have an excuse for failure. So you're more determined to succeed. By the grace of God, God gives all the grace, we will succeed. So thank you very much.
I thank you so much. The determination is the key word.
Yeah.
Determination to succeed
Yes.
in life, irrespective of whatever odds
Yeah.
you might be going through. I'd like to thank you one more time. I do hope again that we'll always invite you.
Yes.
Updates on the political scene and other sundry issues
Yes.
are concerned. All right, we'll take a few minutes break. We'll come back, and I think that will be our rapid point for today. Morning Ride, Jesus edition.